Went to my second period class, the same thing. A couple of students got up and walked out. Then it was quiet. And before the end of that period, someone came in motion to the teacher to come over to the door. They said something in her ear and gave her a piece of paper. And she came back in, and came to me and said, Jefferson, you are wanted in the principal's office, and here's your hall pass. And so I said, okay. And I said, now the principal's office, that's where we first came in. Said, yes, sir. I said, okay, I can find it. And this was, during class period, so the hallways were empty. I was glad of that I had them to myself.
Sure.
And I was walking down the hall, and I was thinking, I wonder if one of those kids that left said I did something to him. Why are they calling me to the principal's office? I was going down there thinking that someone had told a lie on me because I hadn't done anything to anybody. And now I'm being called to the principal's office. See, at Dunbar, that was a bad thing if you were called to the principal's office. So I hesitantly, walked down to the principal's office trying to think of how I was going to get out of this predicament that I really was not responsible for and didn't know anything about. So I went on in, and they told me to have a seat on the bench over there. And I looked, and Terrence Roberts was on the bench. So I went over and sat next to him and asked him, what trouble did he get into? He said, I don't know. I don't think it's anything we've done. It must be something that they are doing, or maybe there's some more papers or form or something we have to fill out. And a few of the girls, people started drifting in, on the 9 of us, and we were sitting there, and the door was open. Ernest came in and left the door open, I think. And the police chief and someone from the mob were in the hallway discussing. The mob was getting furious. They were breaking through police line. They said 2 or 3 of the policemen had pulled their badges and guns off, said they weren't going to stay there and, fight their neighbors and other white people just for let these black folks in the school here. And so it was pretty rough. The man said, they're ready to break through the police lines, and we're going to come in here and get them. He said, and somebody, more than the black students might be hurt if this mob is running through the hall looking for them. So he said, I got away. He said, just let us have them. And the police chief said, well, no, you must realize my job is to protect them and keep them safe. I can't do that. So the guy said, meanwhile, they getting us up. And as we were leaving out the door, I heard the man say, well, just give us one of them to lynch. And see, that way, I'll have something to show to the mob that'll calm them down. Then you can take the other 8 out while we lynching this one, and you can be a hero for saving 8. No, it's a win-win situation to do that. So the police chief said, yeah, that's a good process there. That makes sense. Now, how do we determine which one I turn over to you? And that was the last thing I heard. By then, we were too far down the hallway to hear what was going on. How do we determine which one to hand over? So I didn't know, what was going to happen. They were going to come back and grab one of us, or what was a horrible thing. They took us down to the shuffleboard room. They had 2 station wagons there. They put us in one station wagon. There were 4 of us there, lying on the floor. Don't move, don't say anything. Regardless of what you hear going on outside, they said we're going to try to get you through the mob. And all I heard was try. We're going to try to get you through the mob. So I wasn't too pleased with that word he put in. And then the students, they put some in the other one. And I'm thinking, okay, there are 4 of us here. There are 4 in the other station wagon. Who got left behind?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I wonder who got left behind. Who, you know, and how did they determine that person? You know, and we went on, went through the mob. They was shouting and everything, and I heard the driver roll down this window and tell them, no, they still inside the school there. And so they left us and started toward the school, and I guess they got the doors closed before they could get in through them. And we slowly went across the lawn there and out to the streets and home to safety. I'm still wondering who got left behind. You know, it didn't occur to me that there were 5 of us in the other car.